Today we will be taking your everyday toy lightsaber and turning it into an amazing looking prop that looks like this to go with your Darth Vader cosplay. So let's get into it. Hello everybody, Cosplay Lego here, and today we are going to be doing another video in the Darth Vader cosplay, and today we will be making his lightsaber. So I have got the Blade Builder's Darth Vader lightsaber, and this is actually the exact one that I've had over many years. I don't even know if I've done a YouTube video with it before. Maybe I did, like ages ago when I was a lot younger. But it has served me so well over the years, and the blade's all stuffed now, like it doesn't go the whole way in this bit here. And I think it served me well, and it must serve me well again. And it's time to take this, give it a new paint job, fill in some holes, and make it look really sick so I can use it in my cosplay. Now, you may notice that it's been through so much, even this, even the switch thing came off. And I've still got it, but I need to find a way to put it in there. So, I'll have to figure out how to do that. Yeah, so there's a couple things I'm gonna have to do to get this one looking amazingly good so I can use it in my cosplay. Also, I've technically done this before. This is the Anakin lightsaber. Started off like a Blade Builder's one, but I took it and made it look all good. And yeah, it looks okay. I think I over-weathered it a lot. It's very, very dull and weathered. And yeah, so I don't want to go for that look. I'm going to try and get it looking more clean and chrome for this one. But I did sort of the same thing here, and this is what it looks like. But yeah, so, okay, actually, so the first thing I want to do is unscrew this hole here, because I think that will let me take out the clip thing. So let's see what that does. Very intrigued to see how it actually comes out. There's like a little pin in here. It's really weird. There's like a pin that keeps it in, and then it's sort of stopping this thing from coming out. Little ring. I don't see. Okay. Okay, so there's a few pieces to this. There's the ring. There's this bit. Ring goes in there, and then you screw it in like that. Wow, that's very clever. I'm impressed. Well, now we've got these three pieces, we can put them somewhere safe and then just reattach them once we finish everything else. Alright, well, now we are left with this. Okay, so we'll have to find a way to get this blade out. I can't exactly remember how I did it with this one, so I guess I'll just give it a go. Okay guys, don't worry, I've just found a really safe and easy way to remove the blade. So what you gotta do is you gotta start off with the blade, then pull out a saw and attack it. Yeah, but I have no idea how to get this out without absolutely cutting it off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut the blade off and then I'll get back to you. So the big saw wasn't working, so instead I used the Stanley knife, which worked much better, and I successfully got it off. That's it. That's the blade I used. Wow. So there we go. The blade has successfully been cut off. So now all I need to do is just slide that in there and hide it so no one can see it. And there we go. That is the lightsaber without the blade. I think the next thing I want to try and do is sand down some of this legal type copyright, you know, that sort of stuff. Sand it all off just because I don't want that on my final thing. So not much here. And also sand it down this seam line here. So just sanding all these. And yeah, let's go do that. Now we want to be using a pretty fine grit. I've got, I think this is 360 grit. Yep, 360 grit. Really fine, just so the overall finish is still really smooth. So yeah, let's start sanding. Now that looks to me like some sufficient sanding. Trying to keep all the main details here and here while sanding off all those legal insignia and sanding down this line. Looks pretty good. Now the next thing I want to tackle is this. Now, when you are doing lightsaber duels and you want to make a double-bladed lightsaber, putting in the clip and attaching something else is something that you want. But when you got a prop one, you don't want this hole at the bottom for playing with. You want to get rid of that. Get rid of it. I'm going to do it very similarly to how I did it here. But you don't need to go watch that video. I mean, you can if you want to. But I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it right now. First thing we need is some tape. Just some normal duct tape. And we need to put some tape here, so this hole's covered up. And here on the other side, so that both holes are covered up. So let's put the tape in there. There we go. Tape on the insides in there, so that on both sides it's covered up. And now, the exciting bit, we're gonna get out Selly's Plusty Duty Heavy Duty Bulk High Strength Building Filler. And what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna fill up what's left of this hole here. And the same on the other side, this hole here. So, let's use this. Oh, and also, wear gloves, always wear gloves, never not wear gloves. Wear gloves. And if you want to, optional, wear a mask as well. Oh, that is an iconic smell. I remember that. Alright, now we need to get the hardener. Tiny little bit of hardener. Mix it up. Alright, they're mixed. Ugh, that stinks. Guys, I think maybe wear a respirator in the future because those fumes can't be good for me. I'm gonna wait till that dries, then I'm gonna sand it down and put on the next layer. Okay, so now the second coverage of bog has filled in, and on both sides the hole is as much filled in as we want it to be. I'm gonna go in with the sandpaper again just to further smooth it down. And then what I'm gonna do is probably go in with the Dremel just to get all the shapes right and really make sure that this looks fully natural. So let's do that. Okay, so it's now been sanded down, and as you may be able to tell, there are some things here, like with the lines across, in between each one of these longer black things. And it's not in the ones we filled in. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of this, I don't know, clay sort of stuff. It's called green stuff, because there's a yellow bit and a blue bit, you mix it together, and it makes some green stuff. So, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do my best, because I haven't done much sculpting. And I'm not amazing at it, but I'm gonna do my best to sculpt these little things over here. So, I'm gonna use this little thing I found to do it. So, yeah, let's give it a go, and let's hope it doesn't look awful. And now ahead of us, we have the task of filling in this hole here. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is just use more green stuff to fill in this hole here. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so now the green stuff is dried, I'm just going to go in with some bog just to fill it all the way up to the top because I didn't quite get there with just the green stuff. So let's go in with the bog, and then once it dries, we'll sand it down, and then I'll get back to you. And also, can't say this enough, wear a mask and wear gloves always when you're using the bog. No cheating this, always wear the gloves, always wear the mask. Just safety first, everyone. Also, I forgot to mention there were some holes up here, and I filled them up with some green stuff as well. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention that as well. Now, I want to go in with a coat of flat grey primer. And this is the primer I'll be using from Rust-Oleum. And the reason I want to do this is just so I can see all the shapes and see if there's anywhere else that I really need to sand down. So what I'm going to do, spray this on there, give it a coat. Then I'm going to go over with the fine grit sandpaper, which is here, and just really further sand on everything. Oh, and also, we're gonna, if we want the ring to be able to go back in, we're gonna have to mask this off so we don't get any paint around the actual attachment system, so we can still get the ring onto the top bit here. So we'll put some masking tape around here, and then we'll spray everything else with the flat grey primer. Okay, so now I've left it for about half an hour to dry. Not fully dry, but it is as dry as we need it to be. So what we can do now is, now that we've got this first coat on, we can actually see a lot better where we still need to do a bit of sanding. Like, for example, this line here is a lot more revealed, and we can now see that we need to do a bit more sanding here. And yeah, you can just really take a good look at it and see where you need to touch up a bit more sanding, especially down the bottom here. We can see if there's any holes at the bottom. So it's really good. We can now look at it, see where the touch-ups are done, do all the little touch-ups, like even up here as well, do all the little touch-ups, and then we can give it another final coat of primer. So let's do that. Okay, so after sanding it out and giving it its final coat of primer, this is what it's looking like. So I think that's looking pretty good. So now we have to apply the first actual colored paint, and it's going to be this chrome spray paint. I just found this at Bunnings. You can find this anywhere. Just look for chrome spray paint, and of course it's not going to be perfect chrome shiny like that, because you just can't make spray paint like that. There are ways to do it and paint plastic like super shiny chrome. It's hard to do though, so I'm just gonna go with this because this is good enough for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint this in an entire coat of even chrome, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so now that we've done that and it is fully chrome, the next step is masking off the bits that need to remain chrome so we can paint everything else in black. Okay, so I've just got some blue masking tape here, and what I'm going to do is just tape over everything, and then I'm going to use a Stanley knife to cut around the bits and peel off the sections that I want to be revealed that will be gone over with the black paint. So let's mask it off. So there we have it, all masked up. Now, masking it's a really scary process because you have to find the right balance as to how much you have to push down the tape. Like, if you push it down too much, when you peel it off, it could rip off the silver paint. But if you don't push it down enough, then the black paint can seep through when it's still wet. So this is really scary process. And as you can see, I did mask everything, so let's hope that this works. Now, as you might have heard me mention, the next step will be black paint. So I've got a flat black spray paint, and we'll just be coating the entire thing with the flat black, so that when we peel it off, some of it will be black and some of it will be silver. And if you wanted to see which bits you had to tape off, then that's what it looks like. So yeah, let's cover it with the black paint now. Okay, so here it is. It's all been painted, and now I'm really excited to see how it looks when we take off the masking tape. So let's take it off. So there it is, that's all the painting done. I can see there's a few touch-ups I'm gonna have to do, but that shouldn't be too hard. And overall, I'm actually really happy with the way that this turned out. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a few of the touch-ups and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so now let's move on to doing this bit here. So what I'm gonna do is very similar to what I did with the rest of the lightsaber. So to start off with, gonna give it a coat of flat gray primer, and then I'll get back to you. So now that it has been fully primed, what we wanna do is go in with a flat black spray paint, and we just wanna cover the top with the flat black. So let's do that. The next thing we wanna do is put some masking tape over the top of it and cut around so the tape's only covering these two lines here, because those are the only bits we want to stay black. So get the tape, put it over the top like this, and then this is what I've got. Then from here, just need to cut this bit off and then cut it off in the middle, and then that looks like this. And from here, what we're just gonna do is spray on the same chrome spray paint and cover everything else. So let's do that. And now we can take off the masking tape and see how it turned out. Oh, one side looking pretty good. Both sides looking pretty good. And that's the control piece. There we go. We're just gonna be attaching it to the actual lightsaber, just right in here, slotting it in like that, and then just gluing it down there. And to do that, we're gonna be using some Arrow dye glue. It's part A, part B, just mix it together and it'll dry in there like that. Should be good, so let's do that. So real quickly, before we reattach the D-ring, I want to actually paint it with the chrome color just to give it its shiny color back. The way I'm going to do that is just like anything else. I'm going to hit it with the primer and then I'm going to hit it with the chrome paint. But just what I'm going to do is get the masking tape and just mask off a little section around here, just because I don't want the bottom bit to get covered in paint, because then that could make it thicker and a lot harder to actually twist around. So I'm just going to put the masking tape around here like that, and then we can paint this. Okay guys, now for the final step, what we're going to be doing is reattaching the D-ring. So we have to peel off this tape, which has been here throughout the entire painting process, and this should reveal what should be completely black underneath. There we go. Okay, now we have to see if we can remember how to attach it. So I just got it in, and that's working. So we just need to get this tiny screw, which I managed to not lose this entire time. Pop it in there and just screw it back in. There we go. That's still working. And that's it done. There we go. Now it's time for the final reveal. Oh yeah guys, I also forgot to mention, I added in a kyber crystal, so now this lightsaber actually works like a real lightsaber. See? Pretty cool, huh? So, thank you very much for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making this. I think it turned out so much better than I originally thought. And I'm very, very happy with it, and I can't wait to wear it with my Darth Vader cosplay. And I hope that if you're making a cosplay yourself, or if you just want a nice prop, then this tutorial will help you. So thank you very much for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.